Let's bring in LL Bean CEO Steve Smith. Steve, welcome back. Great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Nice
and
to be
here. You. Speaking of advertising, I saw a number of your ads watching football yesterday, and I wonder how aggressive you're being going into the season.
We're feeling really bullish about the holiday season. You know, it's been an interesting year, but with a customer has been really resilient, and we're seeing great traffic through e-com really building this week, and stores are full. I was up at our flagship campus up here in Freeport earlier this morning, and the parking lot was full, and people were shopping. So, you know, we're feeling sort of cautiously optimistic, in line with others' projections for the year.
We heard a lot of retailers last few days. And the dynamics are awfully similar between them, and that is we got goods a lot easier than we expected to. Inventory is a little bit bloated now. We'll look at being promotional this season. How much of that makes sense with what you're seeing?
I definitely hear that and see that from other retailers for sure. I think they potentially overbought after last year's high demand. For us, we feel like we're in a great place. Last year we encouraged everybody to buy early. This year, what we're seeing is real-time shopping. People coming in, they need it now, and they're buying it now, whether it's for the holiday or for cold weather. And for us, we don't play deeply in the promotions game. We're not hung with a lot of inventory right now. Our merchants work really hard to price our products on the ticket with a fair price. And that allows us to not have to be too promotional because we know we're delivering really high value to customers.
Steve, it's Morgan. So much of your stuff is made in America, and I know a lot of it actually in Maine. Just looking back over the last couple of years and everything we saw with the supply chain, were you able to navigate that more easily? And if so, does this provide a template, manufacturing more of your apparel, more of your goods here, for others to potentially learn from?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our supply chain team is the MVP of the past 2 years. Their building of agility to get products to our customers as quickly as possible has been, really extraordinary. For sure, our boots, our boat and totes, dog beds, a lot of our furniture and textiles coming from the United States have been easier to move around. But also the global supply chain has eased up this year. If you look at supply chain in 3 parts, where you've got raw materials, production, and logistics, raw materials are still high, but production of goods and logistics and movement of goods has come down, which has allowed us to be in stock in a great position with key items going into the holiday.
So what does that mean in terms of prices? Did you have to raise your prices? The fact that you're well managed on inventory, does it mean that you can continue to hang on to those prices?
Yeah, so our products take anywhere from 20 to 40 weeks to produce. So what we're selling today, we produced several months ago, and we had major cost pressures over the previous year. So we do have price increases that are in play this fall. For us, that's sort of $5 to $10 on a key item. We're not seeing a major impact in our unit sales on those items. And what I'm really encouraged by is our teams are out negotiating for next year's products, and those costs are getting closer to flat. So we are seeing that the inflation on costs are coming down, which I think bodes well for the consumer in the future.
Speaking of which, one of the things we track or try to track closely is freight. Certainly ocean freight and the way in which those rates have come way down. How much of that can you benefit from, and do you think that's going to be long lasting?
I do think it's long lasting. I do think that the spikes that we had last year that were really were huge have come way down. So the cost of containers has come down. The cost of getting spots on shipping has come down. And we feel like they're definitely higher than pre-pandemic levels. So we have had to plan for a higher logistics cost, but it had come way off of the peak that we had last year. And we're hopeful that the prices we have now can hold.
And then finally, I guess labor. How much is that market loosening up, do you think? And when you look ahead to the next, say, 12 months, do you get a sense that it'll be easier to staff than obviously it has been the last couple of years?
I've been really encouraged. The past couple of weeks, our full executive team has gone out when we do a holiday roadshow where we go and bang out, 25, 30 stores within 2 days. And every store we went to 2 weeks ago was fully staffed with super high quality people. They were really excited about the seasonal staff they had hired. They had experience. They were easy to train. They were ready to go. And it's the first time in a couple years that we heard that amount of optimism at store level. Same is true within our manufacturing, within returns, and here at our fulfillment center in our warehouse. We have been able to staff up for holiday. So I do think it bodes well that good, high quality folks are available for the work, and we're finding them, and even here in Maine.
That's interesting. Well, we get a jobs number a week from today. We'll see how much of that gets reflected in the data. Steve, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.